All right, welcome guys. This is Bilal Marcus, and I'm an amateur American fighter training out of Cairo, Egypt. And today I want to talk about the best combo between a striking art and a grappling art. So what do we mean by that? So we all know that striking art is an art where you strike, where you hit. It can be with forehead, hands, elbows, feet, and knees, whatever. A grappling art, you can think of it as like it's grabbing someone and controlling their body and taking them to the ground. So that could be like obviously wrestling, and most other arts like this, people see but just say in their mind it's wrestling, but it's not. Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We could talk about combat Jiu-Jitsu. We could talk about sumo wrestling, sports sambo, et cetera, right? So we're talking about these two types of fighting. Which two would be the best to put together to make a more complete fighter? Actually, you know what? Not a complete fighter, but someone who has enough skills to take down or defeat the average person in the streets. So now, for my striking art, I'm going to pick boxing. Now, why? Hold on, wait a minute. I know a lot of folks are going to say, no, 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 no. Muay Thai is better than boxing. Muay Thai has a lot of weapons. What about the elbows? What about knees, et cetera, et cetera? And you're right, Muay Thai has a lot of weapons. But remember, I'm ranking this by one, what's most readily available to the average person in the average city, not only in America, but around the world. The average gyms, what they offer. Two, what is the shortest learning curve? Because not everyone has the ability to learn all the skills to get to a high level in every art. Okay, so this is what's very important to learning these skills. Okay, so I'm gonna pick boxing. And what do you need from boxing? We're not talking about being a pro fighter, getting to a Mike Tyson level. It's enough to get rid of the average person. So I chose boxing over everything else because what you really need from boxing is a good 1-2 punch, a good jab cross. You got that, you can take out 98% of people out there, right? A good jab cross, nothing fancy. Control the distance, have a little bit of footwork and foot movement, a little bit of the defense on how to move your head and to evade strikes. You give a good 1-2. That's all you need. You don't need to be the next Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, okay? Not that level. So I will pick that as my striking. Now, what would be my grappling? Now, believe it or not, this becomes a little bit harder because, you know, people's feelings get involved, right? But I would say number one is judo. Well, I'm sorry, take it back. Judo is my favorite, but because of the fact that it relies on takedowns, right? But it's not the most readily available. It doesn't meet my second criteria, right? So then it would probably be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But hold on. So what I mean by that is this. We're not talking about guard pulling or the butt squatting Jiu-Jitsu. That's out of the question. What we're talking about is, you know, if you have a dojo, not a MIG dojo, but a dojo, or I'm sorry, a training center or a gym that teaches you Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, let's say you have like at least between 5 and 10 takedowns. That's what you need. Actually, just 5 good takedowns, right? If you have that, hip toss, one leg takedown, a double leg takedown, single leg takedown, or soto geri, this kind of things. There's 5 of them that are well practiced. You can handle grappling with the average person on the streets. If you can get it from judo, fine. If you can get it from BJJ, fine. But most likely you can get it from BJJ because there's going to be more BJJ places near your home, as long as you find a place that will teach you how to fight standing and doing takedowns and not just fighting from your knees, okay? So what I think would be the most readily available would be to pick up some boxing skills with jiu-jitsu. It relies on takedowns or has some emphasis on takedowns, okay? But my favorite would be boxing and judo. What are some more effective things? Of course, any striking art, Muay Thai, Dutch kickboxing, K1 rules, etc. You can match them up with wrestling. You can match them up with judo. You can match it up with BJJ. You can match it up with combat sambo. All those work. The thing is, what is the most readily available to you in your location? And not only that, what is the easiest learning curve to pick up the least amount of skills that are effective in a short amount of time? And you can get that from boxing with a good 1-2, a little bit of foot movement, a little bit of head movement, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a handful of takedowns and a couple of submissions and then that's it. You can handle about 98% of people walking down the street. So that's my pick, right? My pick would be boxing and BJJ. My favorite would be boxing and judo if you can choose that. But if you can find anything and you had the time in your life to put in the effort in training and driving to a location can be further from your home to get lesser known or practiced arts, if you can do judo and wrestling, or I'm sorry, judo and Muay Thai, or Muay Thai and wrestling, or boxing and wrestling, that's fine too, whatever you're able to do. Actually, the cheapest thing to do is if you're wrestling in school as a youngster and get boxing at home. But whatever you choose to do, you know, my choice would be boxing and judo in a perfect world. My choice as my recommendation for the average person would be boxing BJJ. But whatever works for you, start learning now and protect yourself. With that being said, see you guys later and goodbye, champs.